Okay, so it's exactly 1:30. So I think we can start. Yeah. Okay. One moment. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So hello everyone. Hello to more than 30 participants and counting for this afternoon session. So we really appreciate you taking time off your busy schedules to join us today. Hence, first and foremost, we would like to warmly welcome you to this live webinar on compliance of Shimadzu analytical instruments with the FDA regulations. So I am Laika and I am your host for this afternoon. So before we start, let me just brief you guys with webinar house rules. Firstly, this webinar is being recorded and this will be uploaded to our YouTube channel after this. Secondly, attendees are required to mute their microphones and turn off their videos all throughout the session, except if you want to talk personally with our speakers during the live Q&A towards the end of this webinar. And finally, you may utilize the Zoom chat box that you are seeing in your screen to type in your concerns and questions. So that will be utilized especially during the Q&A and even during the presentation. Yeah. Okay, so here is the program outline for this webinar. We'll start straightforwardly with the presentation by our guest speaker from our regional office, and then followed by the Q&A to address your queries and or clarifications. And finally, there will be a raffle and prizes are in cash. Yes, you heard it right. It will be in cash. So be sure to stay with us until the end of this session. Okay. Also, we will be giving out e-certificates to all the participants here. Later, after this, we will send you the link to an online feedback form. So that is through a Google form. And then you have to accomplish it so that we can send out your e-certificate. So actually, that will also serve as your attendance for this afternoon. So now, to discuss the compliance of Shimadzu analytical instruments with the FDA regulations, it is my great pleasure. It is our great pleasure to have our very competent speaker from our regional office. Yan. Okay, so who is none other than Dr. Kanimozi Sivarajan or simply Dr. Kani. So Dr. Kani is the Senior Compliance Specialist in our regional office in Singapore, the Shimadzu Asia Pacific. And as part of the informatics team, she provides laboratory informatics solutions such as Lab Solutions CS, LIMS, and other QMS applications. So she is also supporting customers on implementation of laboratory automation solutions and is also responsible for providing consultation on streamlining lab workflow, regulatory compliance requirements for electronic data management, and lab practices and or analysis. So I won't take this too long. Without further ado, let's welcome Dr. Kani. Kani, please.
Yeah, thank you, Laika, for the nice introduction. Yeah, thanks everyone for your time today. I'm very honored to speak in front of you regarding that FDA compliance. I am sharing my screen with my presentation. You all able to see my screen?
Yes, Kani.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Yeah, today my topic is to how we can comply with FDA regulations with all this data integrity and data related information, because our huge analytical instruments are in the laboratory are producing a lot of huge electronic data. So our concern is to how we can manage our data to comply with FDA regulations, which are generated from our analytical instruments. This is the topic of today. with that, I wanted to start with what are the regulations we are expecting for not only pharmaceuticals or any regulated industry, because nowadays the regulations is not only for pharma, it is for all healthcare industries as well as many other industries. Now we are now focusing on regulations. So our 24 part 11 applications or regulations or guidelines are very much standardized with all other regulations such as Annex 11, and it is a standardization with PICS, which not only talk about the pharma, it does also talk about other industries such as petrochemical, even chemical industries or any other clinical. Most of the industries under this regulations nowadays. And why we are enabling this compliance in terms of Part 11 or Annex 11 or computer registry system validation. What is the motive of this? It's what is the why these are implemented? The reason is actually they need accuracy, and integrity of the data to approve the drug manufacture or the product that is generated from the industry. And by enabling this, we also can get the productivity. So at the whole holistic picture, we have to comply with these regulations to enable the accuracy and integrity, which eventually expand our business scope. So eventually we will get the productivity. And what are the most general data integrity issues the companies are facing, or any laboratory that produces electronic data is facing? Is common passwords. All the electronic systems or all the analytical instruments which producing electronic data need to be accessed with individual password, with individual user account. So this is mostly we are violating. We are not following this main basic necessity of the regulations, which is also a major issue. And not having a proper role-based access and not having proper computer system control, Windows policies or other regarding the hardware of the computer that controls, and incomplete data. Whenever we generate the data might miss some of the core important thing that is needed for the integrity and security. That will be missed sometimes. And the audit trails of the data generated. Audit trails is nothing but whatever the changes or modifications since the data generation need to be recorded. What these audit trails may not be turned on, or sometimes it was selectively turned on. These are the main issue as well. And another major part of data integrity or accuracy is rely on how we are processing our data. If the processing method or integration parameters are not maintained, not standardized, or not controlled, it will lead to inaccurate data or falsified data, which is a major concern about this against the compliance. So these are the major issues in the laboratory. We are very general issues. And what are the challenges actually? Why we are having these issues? Why we cannot address? Most and least things like less awareness of Part 11 in the industry. People always think that okay, enabling ERES is very complicated. It needs a lot of knowledge, manpower, and also it's expensive to establish the system. And this documentation is too lengthy. A main part of the Part 11 compliance is enabling all this and keep it in a system, right? So the system starting from all the documentation, qualifications, IQ, Q, and all maintenance documents. So these are all very documented process. So it is very lengthy process. And we need a training or education for operators or whoever enabling the system. That also a lack of the thing. And the IT environment is not suitable to establish this, because currently we have maximum a PC for an instrument that is more than sufficient to operate the instrument. If you wanted to enable the regulations or compliance, you need more IT components such as CPUs, servers, switches, network cabling. So you need to establish the IT setup to maintain That is another challenge. And operate the laboratory with audit trials or controls or other restrictions. People think that it is very too tedious to enable this. Actually, most of things are not accurate, not true. It's a myth. How we can establish the regulations without much effort, manpower, as well as expensive. That is the major concept of Symorgis Informatics Solutions. So now we are looking at what is the regulated demand. These are the challenges the users are feeling. What are the demands from the regulated industries? They want a compliance for all the instruments in the laboratory, be it a balance, being it a LCMS, being it any instruments in the laboratory, it needs compliance because every single instruments in the laboratory is contributing some value, some results that for the product quality, right? So the patient safety and drug quality is mainly contributed by all the instruments in the laboratory. Hence, the compliance also applicable. And the growing demand of compliance for non-chromatography instruments. For all these years, we think that okay, chromatography instruments such as LC, GCs, these only need to be in a compliance environment. The rest of the instruments maybe can be handled manually, or this data traceability or storage is not very important. But now it's very much demand for every single instruments in the laboratory. And also, a total laboratory compliance is preferred in terms of not only for results, it also for the management of all the data, electronic data. The traceability of the data can be achieved if it is a total laboratory compliance. And network environment for automatic data storage, data integrity and security also another demand for regulatory industries, because if anything that is depends on any human intervention for making the security, which can be breachable, which can be anytime it is breachable, so it needs automatic data storage, and also centralized data backup and retention, and more or less paperless or computerized custom calculations or paperless environment. It is preferred because it is not depend on any manual activity, any human dependent. So more of the system is always ensured through the software, through the informatics to establish the compliance. These are the recent and latest demands of regulatory industry, apart from the basic requirements. And next, what are the expectations from the industry? We know the challenges, we know the requirements, but what is the expectations? They also wanted to reduce the manual work and smooth and easy workflow, because having a compliance system, they don't want to do much work, or we don't want to spend more time for audit trials or reasons or restrictions. So it will not hinder our routine analysis process or routine laboratory activities. So we need a smooth and easy workflow, and also apart compliance with the regulations, reduced paperwork, and it should be time efficient, which eventually give productivity. With this note, we see that what Symergy can offer. This compliance of analytical instruments should be established by a proper informatics solutions, a proper informatic platform. That is where Symergy coming up with this multi-instruments, a wide variety of instruments connectivity with the single platform called Absolution CS. This is a client server network and a single centralized server. All the instruments in the laboratory can be connected, and these are the type of instruments that is compatible with Absolution CS, which you can see almost every single instruments of the laboratory, starting from the balance to LCMS. All the high-end instruments can be under a single platform. There are different groups of instruments, and you can see here the main reason for that is this group of instruments under the direct control having a single software called Absolution CS, and that is the operating system for all these instruments. So with a single application, you can control these many instruments directly, and the data will be generated and stored immediately in the server. And another group of instruments where we are using for data management. Very few instruments actually currently under the data management group. Soon all the Symergy instruments will be in the direct control platform. Currently the GCMS, already GCMS SQ model is already there in the direct control. Now in soon TQ also will be in the direct control. Our TOC already connected to the direct control, and next is that AA. The AA instruments near soon it will be connected to the direct control platform. You might be thinking, what is the difference of direct control and data management? Direct control has the provision to operate the application with a single software, which gives the access from the instruments can be, the data can be, operate in a single system, and a centralized way of managing, operating the instruments. Once the instrument is connected, it's different multiple type of instruments. For example, the chromatography instruments, it has the different functions, how you can access. Similarly, the spectroscopy instruments, it has a different way of mechanism of collecting the data. Similarly, these instruments, it has its own software to control the instruments, but the data will be generated and stored in the server. And not only Symergy instruments, we have a third-party connectivity. Agilent LCGCs and Thermo LCGCs also directly connected to the Lab Solution platform, and it can be controlled with Lab Solutions. And especially for the instruments that is not Symergy brand or any other instruments which you cannot see in this group of instruments, also can be connected with Lab Solution CS through a tool called multi-instrument data registration. So our aim is to connect all the instruments in the laboratory and manage the data in a single platform. Here you can see a AD conversion. It is nothing but any other instruments like Waters LCGC that also can be connected to Lab Solutions CS through a different mechanism. So our aim is to do the data management, centralized user management in a single platform and covering the entire range of instruments. Here you can see the client PCs, where this can be set in any other place, as be it your cabin or in your office place. From this PC, you can launch the application, you can control the instruments, complete the analysis, and you can data process, review, electronic signature, any of the data processing, all can be done. Reporting can be done in the client PCs. And also it can be set anywhere in the place, and also have the direct connectivity of LCGC instruments. And other instruments you might be operating in the laboratory for results collection. Once the data is generated, it can be accessed from any PC outside of the laboratory as well. And it also has the option to operate through an iPad by having a Citrix platform. So once we enable the Citrix operations, it can be controlled to the Lab Solution. So it has access from the outside. So this is the main concept of Lab Solution CS. And what are the major feature? As I mentioned, the control and analysis of all these instruments can be done from any PC in the laboratory as well as outside of the laboratory. And data process and review from any PC in the network. Any data that is generated and stored in the Lab Solution server can be accessed from any PC or outside of the laboratory as well. And electronic signature for paperless environment. The data generated can be reviewed and the signature can be applied electronically. There is no need of printing of the data. Only the final report will be produced from the analytical data. And centralized user management. The main advantage of having the centralized network for operator point of view, for the ease of workflow, the user can log in the system with a single ID and password in any instruments. In currently in non-network environment, you know that every instruments we have a login ID and password separately for each user. Their user rights also need to be enabled individually in individual instruments. That is not needed at all. It is a centralized user management, not only for ID and password, all the rights and access, all can be set in the server. It will be applicable for all the instruments. And automatic backups, that is a major concern for data security. Data loss is a major concern for the regulatory industries, and that can be avoided by automatic scheduled backups. So in any case, in any scenario, your data will not be lost. And data backup for other vendor instruments. For example, even the instrument is not controlled by Lab Solutions, some other vendor instruments, still you can enable the data backup and data security by connecting it with CS through a multi-data registration tool, which completely secure the data, electronic data that is generated from any other instruments. And it is completely regulatory compliance. It's not only for ISO, it is from FDA or NX 11 or PICS, even any other guidelines. It is comply with all the regulatory guidelines. And what are these guidelines? What are the data integrity attributes that ER by ES is talking about? ER by ES is nothing but electronic record and electronic signatures, which majorly the FDA compliance is talking about. So these are the major attributes. One is validation. The system should be validated. And next is all the data generated should be human readable. Security and access controls, audit trials, version controls, electronic signatures, and backup and restore. These are the major attributes, and these can be established with Lab Solution CS. How it is addressed these requirements? We are providing the complete validation requirements, starting from the functional specification, design specification, IQOQ, and PQ and challenge test support, all can be provided. So completely the system will be established by us with providing the necessary documentations for system installation. Next is the human readable output. All the PC controlled instruments and all the raw data, metadata, reports can be accessed anytime. It is a human readable output. There is no storage in encrypted format. There is anytime this data can be accessed. It is stored in the system and can be accessed from the front end. Next is the security access and controls. All this data can be password enabled with policies, user policies, security controls, and PC controls can be completely established. All the security policies are available for this data security. Next is the audit trails. Audit trails can be enabled for any data generated, not only for the raw data, it is for the metadata as well. Your methods, batch, report templates, all can be enabled the audit trail. So every change can be captured. And it captures the entire information of who, when, what, why, and also with the proper authentications. And next is analysis, operations, and instrument activity logs will be captured during the audit trail capturing. Another major part is the version controls. As per the regulations, FDA established the version control. Since the data is generated in the instrument, whatever the modifications, whatever the processing or integration done, each that document should be stored. Each version should be traceable, and it prevents overwriting. When data is generated, if you do any modification, it will not change the earlier version. The raw data will be preserved. All the modifications will be stored as the version 2. If you do further modification or processing, the data will be saved as version 3, version 4, and so on. So we can trace until the raw data and capture every change, and also we have the file history, which we can see that how many versions are there and what are the changes in each version and what is the reason for that. Next is electronic signature. It can completely replace the handwritten signature, and multiple level of authorization can be possible, and the signatures controls can be established. Who can apply the signature and which document they can do the electronic signature. These controls also there, and we can establish the paperless environment. Electronic signature, establishing the electronic signature is a multiple step. That is, if you still want the paper document, you still want the electronic signature, that also possible. So it is not like in one night you have to change to paperless environment. It's not like that. We have multiple options to enable the electronic signature, as well as we can have produce a certain level of paper document as well. Being in a practical purpose, in any case, it is not applicable for the complete paperless environment. Still, we can establish the electronic signature and print it at the final stage. So it will prevent us to print multiple copies from the multiple review. Next is the backup and restore. As I mentioned, that data security is mainly rely on the capability of application for automatic backups. So it will not depend on any human activity. So it ensure the data availability and easy retrieval of it whenever it's needed. And also to ensure the disaster recovery management, we have multiple options to secure our data, and it will prevent the it also has a disaster recovery. Any point of time that your server is crashed or any individual instrument PC is crashed, immediately the data can be retrieved in case of any disaster like that. And these are the way we can establish the FDA compliance with the analytical data. And now we look at it, how this application is taking care of these requirements. Here, first is the validation support. As I mentioned, installation validation is very much crucial part to ensure the established system is working fine as per the norms and as per the functional specifications of the instrument as well as the software. To prove that we have a complete set of documentation for validation, starting with the gap analysis. Gap analysis is nothing but what is your instrument, which model of the instrument, what is the latest software version of it, what is the existing software. So these are the gap analysis we do to identify that which application or licenses or software need to be enabled. And next is the user requirement as per the specifications of your instrument as well as your regulatory need. We will be providing the software URS as well. And next is the server, PC, and network requirement. We can suggest the complete server and PC and network requirements in terms of software as well as hardware requirements. Next is the white paper document for Lux Solution CS. This is nothing but the FDA regulations. All the ER by ES requirements are completely adhered in this software. So all these points are verified and proof that document we will provide as a proof of that it is complied with FDA. And next is the qualification documents, which is a very important GMP document to bring instruments into the laboratory to make it functional. That will be done completely. We have electronic IQOQ. It's completely in a electronic format. There is no paper involved. And we do have automated IQOQ as well. This also compliant way of doing validation. These are the options we are having. And we have the complete set of DQ until the PQ documents we can provide. And next is the compliance certificate of the applications. Any SOP documents or user trainings and regular maintenance, all these support can be done by us. And so we are not only providing the network system, we're also giving all necessary regulatory compliance documentations. Next is that another data integrity attribute is how control your system, how you are preventing your data from being modified or falsified, how we are protecting the data. These are all can be enabled by enabling the security policies. Our security policy in CS is very much detailed, very every single attribute of the ER by ES is addressed a particular security policy. As you can see here, system, signature, account, and instrument policies can be established, and it is completely as per the requirement of the FDA. And here we have the option to enable or disable based on our current practices in the laboratory or which level of regulatory compliance we wanted to establish in the laboratory. And we have two options. We also give the hybrid environment, because when you establish these controls, you might be having some projects or some activities in the laboratory which is not meant for the regulatory submission, which data that is not for final drug complaints, or it is not the final data that is submitted for any regulatory purpose, or it's submitted for the batch release. Some data we are generating for internal purpose. It may be for the trainings, it may be for some investigations apart from the mainstream production. It might be for the any method development or any trial work you wanted to do, which should not be having a much control. Still, we have the option in the hybrid environment. We have two options. One is that apply to all projects, the ERES. Another one is that selectable projects. These two are applicable even in any laboratory. Mostly, whoever wanted to have this regulatory compliance, they will choose this apply to all projects. What it means, when we apply to all projects, these security systems, whatever you are enabling the policy, it will be applicable that every data that is generated from the instrument or for the entire network. But if you are enabling the ERES selected projects, you have the option to some projects you are not enabling these policies. Those projects will be used for any internal analysis. These options we are providing based on your industry, your regulatory requirement, your work in the laboratory. We can choose these options. Similarly, all the security policies also has that option that we can define in the design qualifications which level of control we wanted to establish. Next is that multiple level of electronic signature, and also we have option to link the electronic data and signature. For example, as per the policy you are seeing here, these are the policy for signature. We have level 1, level 2 until level 6, level 5 we can establish, and all the policies we can set it here. So based on this setting here, this electronic data will be apply the signature. For example, the user, the analyst, he produce the analytical data, which they can verify and apply the confirm signature. Then once the confirm signature is applied, the reviewer can verify and they can apply the reviewed signature. Once its reviewed signature is applied, the data is eligible for the approver to approve it. And all these changes, whatever this whatever the thing is, whatever the changes, audit trails, all can be reviewed in the electronic data and they can apply. Once this electronic signature is applied, it will be available for forever in the data. It cannot be hide or modified. And whenever this electronic signature needed for audit trail, that also can be enabled. For example, any data that need the audit trail for the reasons for changes, that also can be enabled, and also that also will be linked with the electronic data that is applied the signature. For example, what I mean to say that if you apply the signature, the data will be linked with that. So you can even log the data after applying signatures. That is also possible. Next is the version control and audit trails. As I mentioned, that audit trails and version controls are very much basic requirement of FDA compliance. And another aspect of this, once this version control and audit trails are enabled, it should not be removed, meaning it should not be revert back. For example, I wanted to enable the audit trail for some data, then I turn off the audit trail and then I produce the data without audit trail. It is not possible. That is not as per the compliance. So even the security policy has many policies. We can enable and disable as per the requirement. These version controls, audit trails are the core policies towards the compliance. Once you enable, it cannot be removed. It cannot be revert back. So system will ensure that once it's enabled, the entire version of the data and entire audit trail will be captured automatically. There is no way of removing it. That is another control we can have in the system. Next is that audit trail for the data, method, batch, and report files. And it also not only for the data, it also for the method, for admin, for the system configurations, system policies, user administration. So any changes in these admin setup of the application, that also will be audit trail. And also it creates a versions in for each data. For example, whenever there is a change, there is a version created, and also it captured the changes. As you can see here in the file history, there are 5 versions of data generated, and each version you can even open and see what exactly that. You cannot use it, you cannot report us at the final data. Always the latest version can be reported as final data, but you can view and see what are the changes applied. And this is the printout of the log, and it can be added as one of the item in your report template. So whenever you print the report, it also contains the audit trails. Another major concern about the complete data is, as you may know that from the laboratory, whenever the analysis is performed, the documentation for that a particular sample analysis is starting from attaching the batch file and all the method file, your integration method, or processing method, or real-time method, and also your individual data with the audit trails and logs of the data. So the complete set of information should be submitted for review, right? So this compilation, this documentation tedious, and system has the provision for that, which enable it completely single click preparation of the report set. This option is completely adhere with the compliance, and also it has a very much rich functionality to create the report in the PDF with a single click. Once your batch analysis is completed, your processing is completed, you can print this report set, which automatically comprise that sample information, nothing but your batch data, and also the methods that is used, real-time method, processing method, and individual data files, and also individual logs or audit trails of the data. All can be comprised and compiled as a PDF report. It can be created, and it is very much compliance way of creating the report without any manual intervention. And it also has all the paging, numbering, and also complete information can be captured automatically. There is no need to print individually and attach. And since we are printing from the application, it ensures that that is the method used for analysis, and that is the batch information, and those are the batch data that will be completely taken care by the system. And once this report set is generated, the data also will be logged. Next feature is that method IDs. Method ID is the important feature for the application to ensure all the data is processed with a single method. As you know that this is important compliance feature where your data processing should use a single method for the entire data. Starting from your standard until your sample, the entire batch table need to be processed with a single method file that will be ensured by this method IDs. In this, any manual operations, any manual data processing will be identified by manual integration feature, which system will provide some indication here. When the reviewer seeing this in the report set data, they can easily identify this data is manually integrated. And if any changes in the processing method ID between one data and another data, easily identify that this data is processed with a different processing method, which is completely unacceptable. By single glance of the table, we can check all the information, whether the version of the data is same, the data number is consecutively arranged, and the processing method is same, or any manual integration is done or not. Everything can be completely checked in the data, in the sample table itself. Next is the custom calculations, which is the very major functionality, and which very important feature of Lab Solution CS is that custom calculations, automatic custom calculations, which we call the multi-data report. This multi-data report is similar like an Excel template, but it is inbuilt in the application. What it has to do, whatever the Excel sheets what we are having currently for our calculations of assay or whatever the calculations, that can be completely created here in the application with these multi-data reports. And these templates contains all the calculations and what information we wanted to use for the calculations. For example, your resolutions, your tailing factor, theoretical plates, on individual peak areas, retention times, or any other information that you are using from your chromatographic data that can be automatically captured. So the calculations will be done automatically upon the batch processing is done. During the batch processing, you just input these templates in the batch and process it. It completely create your Excel sheet. And it can be print and attached with your report set, and you can submit for the review. So you can spend your time for preparation of sample and analysis. The complete documentation will be taken care by the system with all this feature. And this template is reusable. So how you are using your Excel sheet, each analysis you prepare one Excel sheet. The same thing you can prepare it here. The reason once you create one template, then it can be reused every time. There is no need of input your peak area for calculations. It automatically taken. And it not only for LCGC, any instruments that is connected to the Lab Solution CS, you can use these templates, be it a UV, ER, and any other instruments. All the calculations can be created here. System automatically generate this report upon the batch processing. And next is the column management. As you know that how important the column management, this is one of the compliance feature as well for the lab process. How your there is a documentation for instrument usage record and column usage record or chemical usage records. So one of the thing is the column usage record, and the main factor of column management is the column efficiency or column health is important for your analytical data. The data generated with the column is impacted by the quality of the columns you are used. As you know that we have a control for the number of injections for the column. So that can be managed in the system. How system works, we can register all the columns available in the laboratory into the column manager. So whenever the analysis is performed, system automatically count that usage of the column and number of injections, and it automatically gives the report here. So you can browse it and you can check that how many injections, and you also can set what are the maximum injections applicable for that column. So the complete column logbook can be eliminated, and your column health will be always controlled by this feature. There is no much effort needed. We can just register the columns once, and whenever the method created, it will attach with the column. So whenever you are starting the method with different column, we can also attach with the instruments. So it's automatically calculate the number of injections, and also not only that, this column is used for which sample and how many injections and what is the mobile phase. So any information you can input in the column. Also you can provide that information about how to maintain the column before you use the column, how to flush it after usage of the column, what are the solvents need to be run to protect the column health. So all can be input here. So it is a complete column history can be managed here. Obsolescence of column also available here. Once it's obsoleted, it cannot be used. So we can prevent any unauthorized usage as well. And this is also one of the feature in CS as our custom calculations. Next is the balance connectivity. Since we have multiple instruments connectivity, balance connectivity also an important feature where we can connect the balance with CS, and this information can be used in the calculation. For example, in the batch, if you are using your balance weight as one of your parameter for the calculations, right? So that can be attached directly in the batch table. From the batch table, it will be used for the multi-data report. So it's a very much direct capturing of balance weight into your system. And all your traceability of the balance weight is maintained. There is no paper printout needed at all. So that is another feature that we have the option to connect the balances. Next, okay, even after having all the instruments connectivity, how it can be accessed, how it can be used, what are the other high-end technology that we are using to make this system accessible from multiple places. It has a very affordable and advanced solutions. We are having the Windows terminal services and thin clients, and we can launch the lab solutions from web browser using these IE or Chrome Firefox with using the thin clients. And also we can create the Citrix platform, so we can use from any mobile devices from iPad or Apple or any Android mobiles. And we also have the disaster recovery test for all this, and it is very affordable as well, very high-end technology. As you can see here, this is possible. Even you can monitor your analysis from anywhere in the world with a proper IT setup. This complete setup can be recommended, or all the recommends can be provided by us. Then it might need some cost for software as well as some hardware. From that we can establish the system, so the completely system can be accessible from anywhere. And next is that how we can have this access from multiple locations. For example, we have a factory, a laboratory in the remote location. From the head office, we can access the data for reviewing purpose or using the data for any usage purpose. That also can be established with the remote location. We can, through the VPN connection, the client PCs can be set up anywhere from the far from your office. This is also possible with the client system, so the data review can be done. If you wanted to access the instruments from multiple locations, we also have another option called remote setup, remote desktop setup, that can be done here. So from remote location, we can take the remote of this PC to control the instruments. That also possible. And this is the enterprise version, where there are multiple, two laboratories having instruments can be connected in a single server. We will be having a Citrix servers also for load balancing, and it also can be established as an enterprise version. If you are having two laboratories little far away, with have a minimum instruments from both locations, instead of having two setup, we can have a one single server with Citrix server. They'll be completely managed. So your data all will be stored here in the lab solutions. All management will be done centralized, standardized way, but still we can establish with the enterprise version. Okay, so far we have talked about the lab solutions and all these features. Is an analytical data management system. It is not CDS. It is not chromatographic data system. It's an analytical data system because it includes chromatography, spectrometry, mass spectro instruments. So it has a complete network for LC, GC, LCMS, UV, GCMS, FTIR, and all the wide range of instruments, whatever we have talked about so far. And together with Calibre, Calibre is the LIMS vendor. We have a business partnership with Calibre. We can provide LIMS and other QMS system, which is the next step of our compliance for workflow automations. What we are having here is the analysis automation, and with Calibre LIMS and other solutions, we can have the workflow automations. It is not only LIMS, there are multiple applications called document management system, QMS, quality management system, and batch record management, training management. There are multiple applications we have with Calibre, and it also can be established by Zimmershoe. Through Zimmershoe, we can give the complete compliance, not only for the laboratory, but also for the workflows. And I wanted to give one heads up of this, how this LIMS and CS workflow can be established. In a single server, we have a simple LIMS package called iLIMS, which is completely taken care of the laboratory information workflow, starting from the sample registration until the COA generation. The iLIMS can be taken care. It can be installed in the same server of lab solutions. So it will be connect all the instruments, and the complete workflow can be managed. It's an integrated system. So it's a single server and database system, and it also taking care of the complete sample manager and instrument manager. If you want to have a multiple other management like your inventories, chemical management, and other reagents, or reference standard, any other management, this system can be expanded. meaning you can upgrade to the standard LIMS and have all these inventory modules. If you are first looking for only the CS environment with the simple sample manager and instrument manager, that can be completely taken care by the single server and database, which has a huge cost effective way of implementing CS as well as LIMS in the laboratory. With this note, I'm finishing my presentation. Now we are open for questions, please.
Okay. Yeah, one moment. Okay. Yeah. So thank you, Dr. Kenny, for the presentation. So it is indeed an informative one. So it is actually overwhelming that aside from the analytical solutions that Shimadzu instruments can provide, we can also comply with the FDA regulations. So that really adds value to our products. So moving forward, let's proceed with the question and answer part. So far, we have gathered a number of questions already, but you can still type yours in the chat box and we will try our best to answer all of your questions. And if ever that there will be question that will be remained unanswered, so we will just send to you the answer via email. Okay, and if you want to ask our expert directly, so Dr. Kindly type your name and company in the chat box and we will give the floor to you. Okay, so now let's start with the first question. Actually, some already messaged me privately, so you can still message us privately if you have questions. Yeah. So let's start with the first question, Dr. Kani. So
Yes.
What is the maximum number of instruments that can be connected to a network?
Okay. So far, it was tested with 200 instruments. We have the laboratory with the hundreds of instruments in India having a single server. And it was tested 200 instruments, but actual capability, it can be, connected more than that. Yeah. I just opened this slide for you to just refer. Yeah. Yes, please.
Okay, so more than 200, so at least 200, right, Dr. Kani? Okay, so both spectro and chromatography instruments, right? Yeah. Okay. So next question, do you already have built-in validation methods in the software? How about the criteria? Are they integrated as well?
We have that validation photo in the administration menu of the application, which whenever that instrument is installed, our engineer will use that tools to validate the instruments, validate the application. As she said, yes, it is integrated. Other than that integrated tools in the application, we also need some challenge tests by means of the documentations, which will be provided us as well. Meaning there's automated or electronic IQ/OQ, that the complete electronic documents or as if you want the paper document will be provided, the complete test will be executed with the system. Yes.
Yeah, okay. So I think it's just like we are providing the complete compliance to the FDA regulations. Yeah. So it's a great thing. So next question. So this one is a good question. What is the difference between eIQ/OQ and the conventional IQ/OQ?
Yeah, this is a very interesting question. Yes. eIQ/OQ, how it is suitable, it is more compliant. This electronic IQ/OQ is a kind of tool. So we can select the instrument model and all the configurations of the instruments. System will automatically generate the necessity challenge test in form of IQ/OQ documents. So the document can be executed manually, meaning writing the document can be printed and filled up during the actual validation, or it can be it can be accessed electronic format, and it also can be filled up. The execution can be done and all the relevant data will be captured electronically. Both options are available as per the requirement.
Okay, so thank you, Dr. Kenny, for enlightening us on the differences. Okay, so next question. So what if one of the users resigns? I think this is a very usual situation in the Philippines. So what if one of the users resigned? Is it possible to delete her or him from the list of users in the software main by the admin? Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So there are two things here. The user is not in the organization now, but the data generated by the user will be there. So the traceability should be there. So it is not acceptable to delete the user from the system, but system will prevent them to access again or by the name of them again by deactivate the user. So system has the option to deactivate the user. Then after that, that user cannot be accessed, or using their user's name and as user ID and password, nobody can access the system. But the user information and all the data generated by them will be there in the system forever. And we also have another control there. No two usernames can be created as such in the application to maintain the integrity of the user information. So by answering the question, it is need to be deactivated.
Yeah, okay, so very well said, Dr. Kani. Okay, so the next question is in relation to the pandemic situation that we are encountering right now. Okay, so are we still complying with FDA regulations if we will monitor or control the instrument while working from home? Yeah.
Working from home.
Okay, so are we still complying with FDA regulations if we will monitor or control the instrument in the lab while we are working from home?
Yes, completely. Because it is not any of the activity. As you can imagine that you're working in the laboratory, still your system is operating as per the settings, security policies, or all the other information that is available in the software, right? You are operating the instruments through the software. From while working from the home, you are operating the software from the home. So there is no difference at all for compliance or any other issue. So you are completely doing the same activity, controlling the instruments through the software. So if we are enabling the policies, securities correctly, be it in the laboratory or from the home, your operations with the software is exactly same.
Okay, so thanks for that. And we are now down onto our last question so far. So can we connect Sartorius Balance in the Shimadzu network?
Currently, no. We are this balance connectivity with the Shimadzu AP series balances. But we have another option. If you are keen for all the balance data that need to be secured and all, then we can suggest this iLIMS is the best option. You install this iLIMS in the same server of CS, which will automate your sample workflow. And also it collect the data from CS for all these instruments. Other than that, any instrument, it's not only Sartorius Balance. If you have a pH meter or conductivity meter or auto titrator, there is no PC, but the data is printed through a printer, you can connect to iLIMS. So you can automate your sample registration, all your analysis with the CS, and you can also collect the instrument results from other instruments. All will be cumulatively maintained in the iLIMS.
Laika?
Yes po. Patisita?
Yes. Afternoon, Laika. Good afternoon, Dr. Kani. Someone also sent me a question. Just one question only. So I think this will be the last question, right, Laika?
Yes, yes. Yes po.
Okay, Dr. Kani, the question is, what if we don't have the network software? I think he is pertaining to our Lab Solution CS. Can we still acquire LIMS?
Yes, completely. LIMS is not depend on CS or any other thing, because even you are not having a CS, you can establish your LIMS workflow. You can connect all the instruments individually into the LIMS. That also possible. But one difference, what CS and LIMS is compatible each other. CS is maintaining your data. It's a complete set of data. So your data management can be taken care by CS. other limbs, collecting the results from the instruments and used for calculations. So your sample workflow can be automated in limbs. If you are implementing together, also possible, or if you're having CS system separately, or you're only having limbs without CS, also completely fine.
It's also possible.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Kani.
Yeah, okay, so that's the last question. So if ever you still have more questions in mind, so just please don't hesitate to message us, send us an email, and then we will address each of your question. Okay, so with that, I'm ending this Q&A. So thank you again, Dr. Kani, for being with us today. So it's a great opportunity for having you in this kind of webinar that you and as well as thank you again for imparting your knowledge as well as your experiences with
Thank you.
us.
Yeah. Thank
Okay,
you.
one. Okay. Yeah. So for more Shimadzu webinars, you can access those in Shimadzu Digital Classroom. So just type in the Google Shimadzu Digital Classroom, and that Shimadzu Digital Classroom actually allows you now to learn at your own pace and convenience anytime, anywhere, because it is an innovative tool that is packed with Shimadzu webinars, both live and recorded on various analytical technologies, applications, solutions, flow of information, and compliance. And for more information regarding Shimadzu products and services, so just visit our website. On top of our website, you can visit our official LinkedIn and Facebook pages, and feel free to send us a message there if you have any inquiry. Actually, all our webinar invites are already posted there. Yeah. And just this year, we launched our YouTube channel. You may subscribe, please, and watch a number of videos featuring Shimadzu products and applications. And actually, some of our webinar recordings are already uploaded there, and more updates are yet to come. So this webinar will be uploaded within this week there. Okay, so this marks the end of our session for today. Thank you again to our colleague, Dr. Kani, for being with us today. And thank you for the rest of the participants for participating. And we look forward to your usual support in our succeeding webinars and other marketing activities in the future. So thank you again and enjoy the rest of the day. So keep safe, everyone, please. Bye-bye.
Excellence in science. Shimadzu.